Okay, since so after sleeping and getting well rested, I now have two perks in alchemy, so I'm ready to start making some potions. I usually wait to then just to get the most value out of them. Of course, you can make them before that. So I'm going to get Blue Mountain Flower, the spider eggs that I picked up in Helgen Keep. So I got quite a few of them this time. It varies a lot. Some lavender, and I always ask her first.
What do you need, my? As long as you cook. A little wheat. We have plenty of ingredients for sale.
It's totally not necessary. I just, I guess I get into a little RP sometimes. Okay.
If there's anything I can help you with.
Go spider eggs and lavender, and we're gonna do that until we level.
Pity the beast that tastes that.
Or close to leveling, because we're gonna get some when we sell them. We'll get speech skill ups. So here's a trick: is that you get more speech experience if you sell things one at a time. And if you go to your Sky UI and you reduce your quantity menu to 0, then it's really easy to sell things one at a time.
Take a look.
So so you can just, rather than having going, with the slider, it'll prompt you for a slider if you're over 6. Here it won't do that. It'll just sell one at a time. And we'll just hold on to those and come back in a minute. All right, I'm going to go train some more with Vocus, and then I'm going to do this until I can't. Either I run out of money or I hit level 35 or something. Probably not. Okay, so I went back and forth between training with Vocus, making potions, and selling them to Arcadia, and then repeating that. So I'm level 6 now. Like I said, I have 3 perks here, and I'm going to put 1 in speech, so I can sell things for a little bit more. It's useful here in the beginning, and it's useful for some quests where you need a clear speech. I now have 32 two-handed. I'm not going to train it. I still have 5 training levels for level 6. I'm not going to do it for now because I want to do some errands first. Then we'll build up some more money and train to level 35 or 36, and then we'll have to switch to a different trainer because we're going to run out of money pretty quick. So I have 2 more perks. I'm going to put 1 in restoration so I can get my health up. Arcane Ward's also useful for blocking spells. And then we're going to hold that second one until we get level 25 in alchemy, and we'll get improved elixirs. Okay. Let me empty my bag. So remember the Sky UI trick. You have to go back to 6 before you start putting things back in, because you do want to use it when you have 50 items or something like that. You don't want to have to go through every one of them. Our ingredients. I don't know if I have other things. Gems I can put here. I know I like to cash in my gems when my speech is higher. And some food items will go drop it off somewhere else. These robes. All right, those are good. Okay, I'm going to go put these items away, and then I'm going to go run around the front of Whiterun, and I'll catch up with you when I'm done with that. Okay. All right, so I went around the front of Whiterun, and I came down this road over the near the bridge, but not over. I guess there's another bridge I came over, and then I'm heading south. That would head towards Winterhold and so forth. I'm not going to go that far. But here's the guardhouse, and you want to be careful near the guardhouse because there's bandits attacking it. And so we'll go and watch the guards do the work. I might as well summon a Spirit Wolf and help out the guards. There's the archers, so really be careful. You can watch in the upper right-hand corner. It tells you if your Spirit Wolf is still around. So when it disappears, just replace it. Okay, so the guards do their job. Sometimes they all get killed, and you're in a lot of trouble because the bands will come after you, and they tend to be kind of strong if they killed the guards. But here we can go and pick up this stuff. So bread. There's another one. And here's some. So there's a guard down. I usually don't like to raid the guards, but I do take their potions, which I guess you can argue is raiding them. But okay, so generally what I do is go over to this barrel, and I will dump all the things I don't want. So I don't want the axe. I'll take one of these armors. Leather boots are good. With the helmet. Alright, so we want to get a set of light armor basically, if we want to do actual fighting. And so the rest of it, we don't care about. Alright, let's get the lavender. Okay, so I'm going to keep going here. Okay, so there's a set of poachers here behind Lorius's house. I talked to Cicero and got him out of the road, but I want to show you something that these bands aren't really too bad, and you could fight them if you really wanted to. But all I want is a mammoth tusk, and so I'm just going to go up here and get close enough just to search the mammoth, grab one mammoth tusk, and you can grab everything in there if you wanted, but I think it's too heavy. But that's really good if you're doing smithing, which we're not, to get the mammoth hides. And you can get away and they don't attack you, so that's pretty cool. Ooh, there's an orcish greatsword. Let's totally get that. Okay. Okay, just want to show you that. And so we're going to go back around the front. We don't want to go that side because there's bandits and things. I'm just avoiding combat overall, so I'm just going to go back the safe way. Okay, so I made some potions, so I have some, I have 1,600 gold, and we're going to go to Riften, and we're going to train while we're there. We're also going to buy a amulet of Mara, and we're going to, the carriage ride is going to cost us 200. So we want to make sure we have some money before we go out there. Before I go out, I'm going to give Isolde the mammoth tusk.
Let me show you a thing or two about bargaining.
And go ahead and level speech, which is nice. A little bit, I haven't trained this level, so I'm a little bit worried that the next level I'm going to go skip over 2 levels. And I like avoid that because I want to do a full training every level, but sometimes it happens and it's not the end of the world. We'll have some extra levels at the end, but it's better to do at lower levels. Okay, I'm going to head to Riften now.
People of Riften.
Okay, so when I come to Riften, I just took the carriage here. I like to come in here, so he gives us a little speech, but then he'll go to the temple, and then he'll be there. Otherwise, you have to track him down, and it's kind of a nuisance. And there's a couple things that you can do in the meantime while he's walking over there. All right, you can talk to
Never done an honest
Brynolf
day's work
and so on.
in my life for all that.
Yeah, so I tell Brynolf to buzz off. We're not going to do any Thieves Guild quests. We do want to train here with Grelka and an invasion.
I'll teach you how to use it effectively and keep you quick on your feet.
And hopefully we won't double level here.
Back when you're ready to spend more gold. Goodness knows I could use it.
We should be able to train again, though. Either way.
Looking to stay alive? Why take a chance?
And we'll go up a level. Magica. Okay, so we didn't. So we got to 7, so we're close, but we should be able to maybe do even one more. Okay, so we have saved 1 for alchemy here. So let's think about, let's do evasion. So if you have more perks in evasion, the faster it levels. So let's get one here and save. Save that one for alchemy.
Stare all day, or I'll teach you how to use it effectively and keep you quick on your feet. Come back when you're ready to spend more gold. Goodness knows I could use it.
All right, so we can level a third time, but we're going to run out of money. So we'll just come back. We have to come back anyway. So it's not a big deal. Magic again. And let's go ahead and get this dodge so it helps us level evasion. Again, saving the last one for alchemy. All right, let's go up here and get an amulet of Mara, and then we have one more person we need to see.
Blessings of Mara upon you.
So
How may I
Mara.
help you? Wonderful. Mara is the goddess. We also perform wedding ceremonies for. Yes, if you were ready, of course. Typically,
go
a
ahead
person
and-
who is looking for. When another person shows interest and the two agree, here you are. Good luck. Mara bless you.
I don't know if you have to buy that
Under her benevolence.
that amulet or not, but I think you do. But if you find out that you don't need to, and you're still able to propose to someone, then good. But I've always felt like I had to buy it. And then we want to talk to this person down in the Hall of the Dead, Alessandra.
Come, if you're trying, you think anyone... Look, I didn't ask for this job. I'd like to... I
You
believe
know,
once
we
it's
want this
in
quest to
truth,
return the dagger to Whiterun.
I'm entrusting you with the dagger.
She's going to give us a spell book
And he'll take care of the rest.
that'll be super useful and just save us some money. So it's worth the effort, especially since we're already coming here. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Whiterun, and since I was a little slow on cash, I'm back in Whiterun and I'm making potions. So I told you there was two main groups, the Blue Mountain Flower group and the Garlic group for alchemy. There's one more that I like to use, but it's just not as plentiful, and that's Frost Miriam, Purple Mountain Flower, and Wheat. You can get a lot of Purple Mountain Flower and Wheat. Frost Miriam is limited, but here we have 40, so let's go ahead and make some. And it makes a pretty nice potion. And we'll go up to 25. And we'll go ahead and use that perk point we've been saving. On the next one. And we'll sell these. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and propose to Isolde so we can get the bonus. And she doesn't, her house doesn't have anything useful in it. And you can't share it. So until I get a house, we'll have a little bit trouble coordinating it to get the bonus.
It's settled then.
So,
Life can be in Skyrim.
but I'll show you how to do it until the meantime. We really don't have the money for the we'll have to do Bleak Falls Barrow to get it, or I guess you can go and do one of those house building ones, but that takes a long time, and I don't have time for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get things going. Okay. All right. So
Do you believe it? I'm glad to know.
I'm gonna do Alexandria's quest. But he always prompts you for this one. I would advise against not doing that quest. So you basically go in here, and there are 3 skeletons. One of them, if they were just the melee skeletons, it'd be okay. You can even do that level 1. But they put those spell casting ones in there sometimes, and they can be pretty nasty. So I'm going to avoid doing that until I'm a little stronger. I am going to get the Blessing of Arche here, and then I turned in, gave him her dagger, and so I finished that quest. So let's go back to Riften and get married and do some leveling, and okay, I'll see you then. All right, I'm back in Riften, and I sold a bunch of potions when I was in Whiterun.
You gonna buy something? Or see for
So-
yourself?
So I have enough for some training.
I'll teach you how to use it effectively and keep you quick on your feet. Come back when you're ready to spend more gold. Goodness knows I could use it.
So one trick or cheat actually I use is that it's just the way Skyrim works is that if you just continually played in Requiem, the gold and the merchants reset every 14 days, which is a long time. But if you log out like I just did and come back in, it all resets. So usually when you're playing, no matter what kind of playthrough you have, you're constantly resetting. However, when you're selling lots of potions like we are right now, the merchants often run out of
I'll
money.
teach you how to use it effectively
So
and
it's
keep you quick on your feet.
basically it's a way of getting infinite money out of
Back when
merchants.
you spend more gold.
So my rule is that I try not to do it more than once a day. So if I'm if I run out of gold at a merchant, then I'll come back the next day if I want to buy something else. And even that's kind of high, but you log off all the time, so it's kind of a weird mechanic. I don't know how to deal with it in a fair way. Okay, but so I've taken some more evasion, so we're doing pretty well there. I don't know if it's time to, maybe I'll start putting them in, just seeing where they need to go. I think that's all we're going to do in alchemy. Or if I do more in alchemy, it'll be much later. Okay, so let's go block. Let's go ahead and get that going. I don't really like doing the offensive melee until almost the last thing, because you level up with lower damage, and you don't really need it until you start fighting dragons and so forth. All right, turning in this quest.
I felt it correct. We've made... I thank you. Here, please accept this as a token of my appreciation for selfless action.
All right, so that's a super useful spell. So we will put that on our Sky UI. And it just allows you to heal yourself. And it's also the best way to level restoration. And we'll use that to level it once we're ready to do that. All right, now I'm going to tell priest here,
Blessings of Mara
Marimel.
upon you. You wish to be... Your wedding will... Don't be late. You don't want to miss your own wedding.
All right, usually what I do is I go and run around until nighttime, then I stay at the inn here, and I'm going to go get some alchemy ingredients. I forget what's around. I'm not going to go very far because it's pretty, there's some wildlife around. Okay, but otherwise I'll see you at the wedding. All right, since I'm have a little bit of time here before my wedding ceremony, I thought I'd show you how to some water alchemy. So if you collect these fish and those the dart wings that I just picked up, they actually form a pretty good potion. And the nice thing about picking them up down here is that they respawn every so often. I think you just got to move zones, and so if you're careful, you can it's a reliably way to get lots of good alchemy ingredients. So the rivers are actually an excellent place because you can just swim up and down them and pick them up. Also, slaughterfish eggs are good, but they don't respawn and Nordic barnacles. Yeah. Anyway, so I just thought I'd show you that. I doubt most people just swim past it, but they're actually pretty valuable. All right.
Each of you in your new life together.
We're married. I guess we'll need to decide where we're living. Our new home. I'll see you there.
All right. So, so it's actually kind of hard to stay in her home. So what I usually do is go to the Bernard Mare at between after 9 and before midnight, and sleep for an hour, and that gives you the bonus for 24 hours. And she's there at that time, so she just has to be in the same building as you when you're sleeping. So if you go to her place, she only when she's in her house, she sleeps. So she's gonna. It just doesn't work. So if you show up late, she'll be in the bed and you can't get in there. Anyway.
Take a look.
All right, so I'm back in Whiterun, and I made my first batch of garlic, salt, and slaughterfish eggs. And I noticed that they're about 100 gold each. Very, very profitable. In fact, I wiped out her gold with it. So I have to be careful. So now is the time you have to buy lots of salt. Buy as much salt as you can. You need to keep pace with the garlic. Don't buy. Eventually, we might start buying garlic, but not now. And so, since I bought some salt off for her, I can sell some more potions. All right. So one thing I want to do before I go to Solitude is I need to replenish my lockpicks. Because I broke them all trying to break some lock. I don't remember which one. Ooh, that's a very nice battle axe, but I'm not going to buy it. Okay, I don't have the money anyway. So I'll probably buy about 15 or so. And that'll be good. They're just going to be some places we want to get into and take garlic. Basically. All right. So now, before I go to Solitude, I'm going to wait for Isolde to show up so I can get the Lover's Comfort buff, and then the next morning I'll go to Solitude. All right. All right. So we're here in Solitude, and they're doing the trial right now. While they're having the trial, we can go into Angeline's aromatics. And we want to get this quest from her.
Traveler, correct? Have you been I haven't heard from her lately. I've tried to... Oh, that's very sweet of you. Anything you can find out from Captain Aldous would be welcome news.
You always want to wait for her to finish talking if she's talking to you before leaving the shop, because she'll follow you out and then she'll go back in and lock the door. You won't be able to get in, and it's kind of bugged after that. So, yeah. So wait for her to finish. While we're waiting for Captain Aldous to get done with the trial, we can go and pick up some alchemy ingredients. So there's some Blue Mountain Flower, lots of hanging moss in Solitude. We're going to start focusing on that. And as well as our garlic and thistle branch and whatnot. All right, so we need to finish Angeline's quest. So if you do this intimidate answer, it always works. I don't know why, or it's very low. I don't know what the cutoff is.
She needs to be told.
But anyway, so once we get friendly with Angeline, then we can use her place as a base, and we also get the items in our shop, the low-level ones, like we did with Arcadia. So now that we're friendly with her, we can stash our stuff in this barrel right here. And this is a extremely convenient place to have alchemy ingredients. So let me change my Sky UI so I don't have to do every one. And okay, so I took the boat from Solitude to Dawnstar. And so why did I do that? Because there's lots of slaughterfish eggs in the water here. And so I'm going to collect a huge number of them. I dumped almost everything. I tried to get my weight down as much as possible. And so I have 48. And so I have enough money to get back and so on. I'm going to take a apple cabbage stew. And I'm going to start going to my spots. So I'll turn it back on when I get there. Okay, so this is my first spot, and I grabbed some just out of habit, but there's I think 5 sets of eggs right here, and then we'll go. That's the I forgot what the name of that. Some tower. That's the Guardian Stone, the tower Guardian Stone over there. And I usually pick up this book and sell it. Though if you're a mage, it's a pretty nice one. I guess it's for a quest that you can get if you have that mod, which finishes all the incomplete quests. Okay, so they killed one of the ice wolves, which is good, because you don't have to deal with that. And sometimes there's saber cats and whatnot, so be careful. So there's some more eggs here. Some particles. And okay, so this is where I start, and then I sort of head west along the coast, picking up various spots where slaughterfish eggs are. And I'll show you some more in a minute. I'm heading along the coast here. You can see Dawnstar, I think just over there. And you have no problem swimming in the water with just base Requiem. And there's slaughterfish that will chase you and bite you, but they don't do very much damage. So don't be afraid to swim around. There's one. And you're not likely to drown, but do be conscious of there is a finite amount of time you can be underwater. So I'm swimming over to this corner here, and you want to stay off the shore. There's wildlife on the shore, and you probably don't want to mess with it. So there's a bear. I don't think I'm ready to fight a bear yet. So there's another spot over here by this overturned boat, and so I'm swimming over there. Let's see. There's some good items around the boat, but it's not worth it if you're going to have to fight a bear. And there's sometimes a saber cat. That's instant death if you want to. if you don't have good armor and weapons, high enough level, enough health. We're not there yet. But here's the slaughterfish eggs. And remember, stay near the coast. And as long as you don't go here, you'll be safe. If you see some ice wolves, they'll chase you, but they can't get to you as long as you're in the water. But they might be able to if you pop up on an island like I'm doing right now. Okay, I'm going to go to the next spot. Alright, there's a pretty good spot right here. Just south of, I guess it was the Brinehammer. Is that the boat there? And then there's a really good spot over here. The slaughterfish are after me. And there's a chest here that's you have expert you can pick. I think it's part of some quest. I can't remember which one. I think maybe one of the Thieves Guild quests. But anyway, so there's this island over here, and it's got the mother lode of slaughterfish eggs. Can you see them all? Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and. Munch. All right. So depending on your graphics mods and your let's get rid of this guy. So depending on your graphics mod and your lighting setup and so on, it can be really hard to see these eggs in this shallow pool. I think it also depends on the time of day. So sometimes it can be, I've had situations where I just couldn't see them, but here I can see them pretty well. So this is best case scenario. Okay. So I'm gonna keep going along here, and then I'll cross over to Solitude. All right, so I'm back on the Solitude side. You can see it up there, and I just swam across. And so I got 172 slaughterfish eggs, which is bad. And I got 9 Nernruth. You can do better, you can do worse, but they definitely are worth it. And it's not really too much trouble.